I don't know. I'm going crazy. I'm going crazy. I'm going crazy. What's up, guys? Noah here. I am not a fan of growing up. I will always be a kid at heart, and I hate growing up. And for the past week, my sister had her birthday, my brother had his birthday, my dog had his birthday. Everyone's having their birthdays, everyone's growing up, and it's just kind of And so I hate that. And in news of Mario's 35-year anniversary, there's rumors that Nintendo's going to release a bunch of Mario's like old 3D games, so 64, Sunshine, Galaxy. So in light of that, I also just got some film and some batteries for like our old family camera, and so I just kind of like older things. I like this camera, I like old Mario games, and I really like vinyls. So with not growing up and sticking with old-fashioned things, I'm going to talk about my vinyls today. Why do I like vinyls? That is a fantastic question that I have no answer to. I think the real reason why I like vinyl so much is because I love albums rather than playlists. So I will listen to an album if I like it on repeat for like weeks on end, but I don't really listen to shuffled playlist and just like playlists in general. It's more just so albums from start to finish. I don't know when I got this album, but this is my first vinyl. It's Kanye's album, Ye. It's his quote-unquote worst album he's ever released, but I really liked it. It was my first album I ever listened to actually by Kanye, and I just love how simple this was. He literally took this picture, this album artwork, literally on his way to the first listening party in Wyoming. He took it just like on his phone, and he just like drew this like in an app. So I really like the messages. I hate being bipolar. It's awesome. It's like funny. It relates to the album. It's just beautiful. And so I never had a record player at the time, but I bought this because I just really like this album, and I also just really like the artwork. And that was kind of my whole point of buying vinyls in the first place, because I never had a record player. I just really like to admire like the artwork of albums that I listen to. Now, I like the album cover of Ye, but another reason why I got that album over any other Kanye album at the time was because it was the first album I ever listened to by Kanye. And I had at the time like my top 3 favorite artists, and they're kind of still some of my favorite artists, but I've now listened to more music. But my top 3 favorite artists of rap music is Kanye, Drake, and J. Cole. And so I want to get J. Cole and Drake's vinyls of the first albums I ever listened to by them. So for J. Cole, it was actually KOD, but it was sold out. So I got 2014 Forest Hills Drive, and I think that this is just a better album over KOD. And I also got Views, which is one of my favorite albums of all time, especially by Drake, but in general, it is just a fantastic album. And so I got both of these as well. Now, these 3 vinyls are very important to me because they each represent the first album I ever listened to by my top 3 favorite artists. Granted, KOD was just sold out, so we're just going to call 2014 Forest Hills Drive my first listen. But what they did each separately was, this was my first ever purchase of a vinyl. And these two taught me the beauty of vinyls, because with streaming platforms, you just listen to the music, and the music's great, don't get me wrong, but there's something about having like a physical copy. That's why I like physical copies of my Switch games. It's just so beautiful, and so much time and effort was put into them. With Views, it opens up, you have Drake on the inside looking over Toronto, and it's just like, whoa, this is really cool, because you have like 2 vinyls, and it's just like really cool. The first disc is white, and the second one is gray. And it was just really cool to see it just open up. I don't know, it was just really cool to see that. 2014 Forest Hills Drive, however, doesn't open up, but J. Cole included these decorative vinyl covers for both discs. They're not discs, they're vinyls. This one's cool. It's like him and his friends sitting down, and then you have the track list on the back. And this one has like a nice looking car, and then this is it underneath the hood. So it's just like showing how like time has progressed. Like you start like here, and then you go out here, like shine out. So it's just like really cool to just see that effort put into it. And so I just had that. Those were the 3 albums I had. I hung them on my wall, and I was just like, cool, this is great. I never had a record player until I went to my grandpa's house and I found a record player that he had upstairs, and I was like, "Grandpa, you using this?" And he's like, "Nah, fam, go ahead." He didn't really say non-fam, but he was like, "You can have it." And so I took it, I have it, and it's in my closet now because I got a new one. I think I have a video of me playing like views on it. It was just a nice record player. It was like a multi-purpose record player. So there was a record player, a CD player, a cassette player, and like a radio built in. So it was just like a 4-in-1 thing. And the needle for the record player was kind of not the best. And you have to like place it yourself. And my hands tend to shake a lot. So I was kind of looking for a better record player so I don't scratch any of my vinyls when I play it. Skipping ahead a few months, I got this for Christmas, an Audio-Technica AT-LP60X-BT. A bunch of letters and numbers, but it's a nice Bluetooth record player that I really enjoy. I have it set up over there, and it has a nice clear case so you can cover it so no dust gets on the record while it's playing, and it has an automatic arm, and it's just a really nice record player that I really enjoy. But that's enough about record players. Let's look at more records I have. I have like a pretty big stack, and there was way more at my grandpa's house and my dad's old closet, so I got a bunch of my dad's old records. But the two I want to point out is Wham! Make It Big. This says Careless Whisper on it. It's great. And then obviously Pink Floyd, Dark Side of the Moon, a fantastic album. I'm a huge Pink Floyd fan, but this is the first one I have on vinyl. My favorite album is The Wall. We'll get to it in a second. These two are the main ones that I listen to from my dad's old pile. The rest I bought or got as gifts in the past few months. The timeline gets a little blurred here, but I got these next two vinyls around the time of my birthday last year. So I got Kids See Ghosts as a gift from Camille. Shout out to Camille. And then I also got myself American Teen. These two are great vinyls. I really like the album artwork of Kids See Ghosts. The front and back is just beautiful. I even made a t-shirt about this one. And the vinyl is just kind of a standard vinyl, but they do include this like colorful piece of paper that's just really cool just to look at. And it has also the track list on the back. I don't know. I like it. American Teen is another one that opens up. You got Khalid there. Pretty freaking cool. I really like this album a lot. It's my first Khalid album I ever listened to. I think it's his also first album that he released. This album was yet another one that made me really, really get into vinyls, because this was my first colored vinyl. This is blue, obviously, and I really love the color blue in the first place, but I just love how this looks. It looks so freaking clean, and it's just really, really cool. I don't have his second album, Free Spirit, just yet because it's been sold out at a lot of different stores, but at Target, there's a translucent orange vinyl for it, which I also think is just really cool that both of his albums is like blue and orange, because those are the main colors for those albums. I really just like it when artists have like stuff like that for their albums on vinyls. So those were my birthday. Now for Christmas, I got my record player, like I said, and I also got 3 more vinyls. I got Bohemian Rhapsody movie soundtrack, I got the Guardians of the Galaxy Deluxe Vinyl Edition, and I also got Take Care by Drake. Starting up with Bohemian Rhapsody, you got these cool images from the movie of like scenes and like behind the scenes. It's just really cool to see. Then you have pictures of each member of Queen, and the vinyl is just a standard black vinyl. The other side has this nice picture of all of them, which is just really nice, and the back is just a purple like the cover. I really like the soundtrack because all of side 4 is all of Live Aid, which is just really cool to listen to on vinyl. You have that like nice warm crispy sound of the vinyl along with just Live Aid performance. It's just a really, really nice album. Next is Guardians of the Galaxy. I love Marvel so much, and I love Guardians of the Galaxy. Here you have some artwork of the Guardians, not specifically from the movie, but just the Guardians in general, which is just really cool. This is yet another colored vinyl. It's a mix of red and yellow, which is just so cool. Last but certainly not least, we have Take Care, a fantastic album by Drake. Here you have him smoking a cigar. You have this whole nice message just like from him, just appreciating like the fans for doing this and just talking about the album in general. Then you have all of the songs here and who produced them. The albums are a standard black with like this nice silver center to them. Now the thing about Take Care on vinyl is it doesn't contain the bonus tracks like on every other platform, but what he did instead was he has like a little bit of like a message between, I think, either Shot for Me and Headlines or Headlines into Crew Love. It's just this tiny like 10-15 second thing that he just says that's just like, I don't know, it's really cool. You don't really see like bonus stuff on vinyls, but here he did. Next up we have my first 45, my single of Blinding Lights and Heartless. You already saw it up there in my review of After Hours, but I really like this vinyl. It is a nice red, and like I said, this is my first ever 45 single. It has Blinding Lights and Heartless on it, and it's just really nice. And I ordered this the exact same time as Jesus is King by Kanye, and that album is, I really like it. Another album that a lot of people hate, but I really like Jesus is King, but it still has not shipped. I ordered this at the exact same time, and then all of this chaos in the world happened, but this still delivered, and Jesus King didn't. So I don't know what's going on there, but when that comes, I can make like a short little video about it. Next up we have Rare by Selena Gomez. Now this isn't the normal album cover, this is, but I didn't really want this one, and also this is the one they sold at Target because I have that one when I stream it on like Apple Music or something. This is for vinyl, so it's cool. Here's the back of it, a bunch of old pictures of her with her friends and family, and it's just really nice and sweet. This is another decorative sleeve. We have her laying down, and then her in the background, and then the whole track list with who produced what on the back. Another colored vinyl, this is red, which I just love. It's red with a white center. There's nothing else except just Rare in the center, and it's just so cool. And this album actually includes a bonus track, Feel Me, that's not on the normal album. It's only on vinyl. It might be on the CD release, but as of right now, I just know that it's on the vinyl one, and it's a good song. It's really cool, and most of the time, kind of like with Take Care, you don't really see bonus material on the vinyl because there's just limited space, but it's really cool to see that there's a collectible cover and also a bonus track on the vinyl edition. Like I said, I have a huge stack of vinyls over there that I don't want to bring over here on camera. I can show you and cut a clip in or whatever, but these are all the vinyls that I bought, and we have one more, the last one, and certainly not least, is Pink Floyd's The Wall. I love this album. This album is everything that I just love about music, and it's just such a fantastic album. If you guys have not listened to this, I don't know why, I don't know what you're on, but just please go and listen to this album. It's so good, and the back is just plain wow, but when you open it up, you have this beautiful artwork, and it's just like the bricks falling off. You have all these characters, you just have who produced, the engineers, and it's just so cool. Here's the first sleeve. You have all the lyrics for the songs on here, and because at the time when this was released, you don't have like Genius or Apple Music or Spotify to show you the lyrics for songs, so you're just left to just listen and listen and listen and figure it out. So they included the lyrics here. It's just so nice, like this handwritten style, and something that, if you guys don't know, each song flows into the next. Like the entire album is just one big loop. And fun fact, if you have listened to it and didn't realize this, the ending, if you listen to the first song after the last song, it is connected. It says, "Isn't this where we came in?" And that's just so fucking cool that they included that, because every song is just like leads into the next, and it's just such a beautiful, oh my god, I could do a whole video based on The Wall, but we don't have enough time for that. Something that I really like as a touch for this is, here is the first side of the vinyl where The Wall is kind of low on the disc. Why do I keep saying disc? And The Wall is here at the bottom, and when you flip it over, here is side 2. The Wall's like a lot taller, obviously, and is building up. Here's the second vinyl. You have more lyrics, and here is side 3 where The Wall is nearly built. When you flip it over to side 4, you have The Wall like completely built, and that just shows the progression of the album. The Wall is building, and it's just a really nice touch that they didn't have to do, but they did because they're amazing. So here are all the vinyls from the first one to the last one. I still plan on getting more, but I just love vinyls. I love older things. I don't really know why, because I'm also a huge person on technology and I love like the newest and latest thing, but at the same time I just love having older stuff and looking back on how people at the time were like, oh my gosh, this is so revolutionary, oh my gosh. Like if you read like old like Nintendo Power magazines about the NES and how it's futuristic and it's so sleek, slim design, it looks like a freaking great brick. Like for music, there's a lot of different ways to play it, but we're in a time now where you can pay like $5 to $10 a month and get any song you can ever imagine just right then and there. But there's something about having like a physical release. That's why I like having all my games here and buying physical releases for my Nintendo Switch. And it's so cool to just hold something in your hand and watch it play. Like CDs, cassettes, okay. 8-track is dead, but vinyls I feel like are gonna just stay for at least a little bit longer, or at least for me, because I really just like them. With being inside all the time, it's left me to think, and that's never a good thing. And I've just been thinking about my life, my childhood. We made like a big collage that goes in our hallway now, and just looking at old pictures. I fixed up the old camera, having Nintendo be rumored that a lot of their old 3D Mario games that I love, because I just am a huge fan of Mario, are planning on coming back onto the Switch in a like HD remake, and that's just really exciting. And then also like a few weeks ago, Steven Universe just ended, and that was a show that I started watching right from the start. Hashtag believe in Steven. That was like middle of middle school or like beginning of high school. That's just like, whoa, now that's just over. At the beginning of the year I finished Adventure Time finally, and that started when I was like in elementary school. So it's just like a lot of things are just coming to an end. There's a lot of birthdays and there's just a lot of things ending and growing up, and I just am feeling weird because I don't really know, but I like vinyls. And I also just really love The Wall. Go listen to The Wall right now. It's so good. I made a promise to myself that I wouldn't go more than like a week without talking about Nintendo. So I mentioned how Nintendo is planning on releasing old Mario games enough to consider that being talking about Nintendo. Because I know I've been talking about a lot of weird things and uploading a lot of weird things on this channel. So next week we will talk about more video games. But I want to make this video. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys are staying safe out there, staying clean, and with all this free time, binge watch all of my videos and listen to The Wall. I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.